After a week of nightly protests in Rochester, New York, the city's chief of police has now stepped down. The announcement comes as the public calls into question why the chief initially told the city's mayor that Daniel Prude died of a drug overdose and made no mention of officers putting a spit hood on him and pressing his face to the ground for 3 minutes. RT's Van Franzak reports. And just a warning that what you're about to watch may disturb some viewers.
Put your hands behind your back. Behind your back.
Yes,
Don't
sir.
move. Don't move.
His death was given no attention back in March until 6 months later when this police body cam footage was released showing the death of 41-year-old Daniel Prude.
Hey, get these cuffs up on me. In Jesus Christ, I pray. Amen.
Prude, who had taken off his clothes, complied with police, laying in the street as a light snow falls.
Stop spitting, man.
At the time, New York was in the early days of the coronavirus pandemic, so police put a white spit hood over Prude's head, then held his head against the pavement for more than 2 minutes until they noticed something coming out of Prude's mouth.
My man, you puking?
Prude stops moving and falls silent, his lifeless body taken into an ambulance. A week later, his family took him off life support.
My call was strictly for help.
Prude's brother Joe called police saying Daniel had some mental health issues but was harmless. Prude's death was ruled a homicide caused by complications of asphyxia in the setting of physical restraint, and that PCP was in Prude's system.
It's a damn cover-up, and it is a cover-up. They can say what they want to say.
And I urge the Attorney General to complete her investigation.
Now, New York's top prosecutor, Letitia James, is taking the case of Daniel Prude out of the local jurisdiction's hands and bringing the case before a grand jury.
Ultimately dying from a drug overdose in police custody, as I was told by the chief, is entirely different than what I ultimately witnessed on the video.
First and foremost, I extend my condolences to the Prude family.
After 6 nights of protest and pressure from protesters, Rochester Police Chief LaRon Singletary announced Tuesday he's retiring. His statement reading, quote, "As a man of integrity, I will not sit idly by while outside entities attempt to destroy my character. The mischaracterization and the politicization of the actions that I took after being informed of Mr. Prude's death is not based on facts and is not what I stand for." And he's not the only one. The city's mayor reporting the entire command staff also submitted their retirements. The 7 officers involved in Prude's death have since been suspended, but will still be paid because of contract rules. Meanwhile, protests against racial injustice and police brutality continue across the country, with the city of Portland hitting its 100th night of protests. Over the holiday weekend, protesters threw Molotov cocktails at officers and started fires, prompting police to declare a riot and use tear gas. One protester even lighting himself on fire by accident, with police and other protesters helping to put it out. Federal agents pulled back and started to leave Portland on July 31st, but as the unrest has continued and picked up, federal authorities have again said they may just send them back. For RT, I'm Farron Franzak.